Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. Now, before I get into this video's subject, I just want to ask a question because this is something that I've noticed in a couple of few different situations, and it seems like only a certain demographic of people can get away with this, but I'm not going to get into that. When did we start allowing people with no actual credentials in the cooking field to call themselves a chef? When did that become a thing? Because, like I said, this man is not the first person. If y'all are wondering who this is Chef Way. He's also a lawyer. And I'm guessing his lawyer, him being a lawyer is like his day job, his actual job. But him being a chef is like a side thing. But I'm still trying to understand, when was it okay to start labeling ourselves a chef just because we picked it up as a hobby and we got a bunch of followers on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube? I don't know when that started to be okay, because it's not. Like, if I was a real chef who actually went to school and could actually cook, I would be pissed, because that's almost no different than people. Like, that's like somebody who didn't go to not a day of medical school calling themselves a doctor. So if they can't get away with that, then why are we letting these people do that? And I know you might say, well, that's not as serious as the doctor situation, but still. All I'm saying is, if you calling yourself a chef, and I do taste your food, and your food is not as good as I thought it was going to be, or it's just not good at all because I thought you were a chef and you knew how to cook, I'm going to feel deceived. But anyways, Chef Way and his reputation is on the chopping board right now, pun very much intended, because he has been losing endorsements due to some very nasty and disrespectful tweets that he posted back in, if I'm not mistaken, 2015, 2016. Now, I know a lot of people are probably saying, well, what does that have to do with anything? It was in the past, but like, this is a problem that we've been dealing with in the Black community that really needs to be handled in a more harsh way. Now, the tweets that these people brought up, I saw them on different YouTubers' videos, and when I say it was just disgusting, and this is not a new thing. Like, if you go on Twitter, people have been dragging Black women, dark-skinned Black women, since the dawn of time. And there are some very nasty tweets out there. Like, I remember I was at church and I was telling the mothers, who have grandchildren, granddaughters who are dark skinned, don't even get on Twitter. Don't at all. Because it's just a godless place of savagery. Like, I just don't understand the hatred that they are spewing. And there's always some raggedy excuse. Oh, well, my mother treated my father bad. Or you don't know what my mother did to me. Or when I was in high school, this one dark-skinned girl rejected me. And sometimes that's not even the case. It's just that they hate themselves and their own color so much. And they feel like now they have to take that out on dark-skinned women. Some of the tweets that this man made were just outlandish. Just completely unnecessary and just disrespectful for no reason. And he's not the only one. And it was so bad, even, like I said, there was a young lady who reminded everybody on Twitter that this man said stuff about her when she was in high school. She was a child. This was a grown man saying disrespectful things about a young woman who's the same race as him just because her skin was a little bit darker. Now, what would have happened if that girl would have snapped and then offed herself? I saw somewhere on somebody's post where they were complaining about, men talk about, oh, you women, you drive us to, offing ourselves. But they don't talk about how these men be out here disrespecting these women and girls to the point where they be thinking about blowing their own brains out. And women are supposedly, that's what everybody likes to, remind us about it. We're the more emotional ones. So let's not forget about that. And there was even a young woman who said that she was homeless at the time when he was making those comments about her. She's already at the lowest point of her life, and now she's got to listen to this dude who she's done nothing to, mind you, because it's always them dragging women, just the whole of women who've done nothing to them and don't deserve their vitriol, dragging them more and making life harder for them. I'm going to reiterate one of the points that I always make in my videos when it comes to kids and Black families and Black community issues. People need to start raising their children, disciplining their children, holding them accountable. People need to grow up and raise mature, functional-minded, non-toxic individuals. People brought up his mother, and she claimed, oh, I didn't raise him like that. But they were also saying, well, somewhere along the line, you upheld this mentality. You coddled him in this mentality. And that's what a lot of Black mothers, and for the life of me, I can't understand why, they like to do to their sons. They see them out there disrespecting these women. And sometimes it's the colorism issue. Oh, well, she don't look like me. But dummy, you're both Black, so what does it matter? But they see them out there disrespecting these women and they don't say anything about it. Or they say, oh, it's fine. She's dark skinned. I'm not dark skinned. He doesn't mean that about me. Like I said, dummy, it's still, we're all still black. So what even is the point? But anyways, they don't confront them. They don't hold them accountable. Like I said, it starts with the parents and the kids in the home. And I would love to be able to say, 2-parent household. But here's the catch. Because this man allegedly had 2 parents. Now, they got divorced, but he had 2 parents in the house. But they have to be, like I said, non-toxic, functional, healthy-minded individuals raising the same kind of child. And teaching them that you're not going to go out here and make other people's lives harder for them for no reason. Now, he issued an apology, and I get so sick and tired of the backhanded comments and tweets and remarks and responses. Well, aren't y'all grateful now? He apologized. Just because somebody apologized don't mean they mean it. It does not mean that they are changed or they are different. If he was really that sorry, he would have said it long before now. The only reason why he's apologizing now is because the endorsements that he's losing, because of the companies that are cutting ties with him and saying, we don't want anybody who thinks like that to represent our brand. Because unlike the black community, apparently, they're smart enough to know that just because that was back in 2015, you are not any different. You just got better at hiding it. I mean, that apology was so generic and backhanded and just pathetic. He could have kept that. We could have went 1,000 years without that. Because like I said, we all know that he don't feel any different. That apology, that whack raggedy apology just proved it. As far as I'm concerned, he already got the kind of woman that he wanted so badly, right? You know what the sad part is about all of this? Like I said, it's the lack of accountability and people in the community not holding people accountable. The moment he started making those comments, other black men and women should have been saying, what you're not going to do is talk about our black brethren and sisterin like that. I don't care if you're dark skinned or light skinned. Somebody should have been standing up against him and saying, no, we're not going to do that. But instead, you had a host of people jumping on the hate train with him. It was mostly dark skinned women who had to stand up for themselves. Now, I'm not saying that there were no men, black men, or just, no other kinds of women that weren't trying to stand up. But what I am saying is there were so many other people, like I said, jumping on the hate train that it was ridiculous. More people jumping on the hate train than holding him accountable. And like I said, the sad part about it all is while they're over here doing this, shucking and jiving for, like I said, the women that they want, a lot of those women and other people like white people, it's gotten so out of hand now because of social media that even they are sick of it. I've said before on one of my videos that it's not anybody else's responsibility to confront colorism and this hatred for black women and dark-skinned black women. But I'm very appreciative when other people from other communities speak up about it, because that's how bad it's gotten. It's gotten so out of hand and bad that other people are triggered by it. And it's sad, too, that it has gotten that bad. But I'm glad that other people are coming out and they're saying, we're so sick of this. We don't want y'all to be a part of anything or connected to anything that's connected to us because y'all are sick. Y'all are sick. You need help. And somebody also brought up, there was the therapist whose job, she lost because she had told them that this colorism, this hatred, it's a sickness. Allegedly, that's what she said. And they got her fired really for trying to help them. While these men are out here doing this stuff and the other men and the women that are taking up for them and coddling them in it, they don't understand that they're doing more damage than good, because when they go out and get in front of these other people that are disgusted by this behavior as they should be, it's not going to be good for them. So telling people to hold them accountable and trying to stop them is not just for us because we're sick of seeing this stuff and it's a disgusting sickness that needs to be cured in our community, but because there's only so far you can go before somebody else with more authority than you shuts you down. But like I said, it's sad when it takes other people from other communities to finally hold people accountable for this kind of stuff, which, like I said, I'm glad if that's what it takes and that's what we need. But it's sad that it even had to come to that point. And it had to come with, like I said, lost endorsements and money because these people want to be so evil and malicious. And it's sad that it can't be said that if you have these issues, like if you're that hateful towards somebody, especially within your community, that you need help and therapy, and that is a problem in you that you need to fix, that only, like I said, good therapy and the Most High can help you fix. It's sad that we can't say that, but instead losing money is what gets their attention instead. That they only apologize. They don't see what they did wrong. They just, put up fake apologies because they don't have a choice now. They got to make it look like they've turned over a new leaf and just get better at hiding it. Could you imagine hating somebody so much that it costs you money, your job? It don't make no sense at all. That's why I keep saying that it's a sickness. It's off the deep end. But anyways, God help us all, because he's the only one who can. My goodness. Y'all tell me what y'all think and how y'all feel respectfully down in the comments below.